Hey folks, today we're going to take a look at a game that is currently seeking funding on Kickstarter. That game is called Kraken, Ataken, and it's from Titan Forge Games. Now, if you like what you see throughout the rest of this preview video, I'm going to encourage you to go to the official Kickstarter project page. You can do so by following the link in the top corner of your screen, as well as down in the description section underneath this video. Kraken Ataken is a competitive game where, as the name implies, you and the other players take control of Krakens. Now, that's actually a change of pace. Usually you are fighting the Krakens, of course, but in this case, each Kraken player is trying to defeat pirates and take their treasure in order to get points for victory at the end of the game, of course. But of course, it's not quite that simple. Every Kraken has one primary mode of attack, and that is tentacles, but some of those tentacles have different strengths and different special abilities, and of course, the pirates aren't just going to roll over and take it either, and you're going to have to compete against each other directly in battle to get to those pirates. So let me go ahead and give you a brief look at how the game is played with a prototype copy of the game. So do bear in mind that what you see here in this preview copy may change in the final versions. That's why you should go to the Kickstarter page to find out more information. But in any event, we will discuss it and then come back in, discuss it further. Kraken Ataken is a competitive game for 2 to 5 players. Each player is a Kraken trying to destroy pirate ships and steal their treasure for themselves using their powerful tentacles and some Kraken tricks. The game ends when there are 0 or 1 pirate ships remaining. Whichever Kraken has gained the most points from their plundered treasure will be the winner of the game. Start by placing a number of pirate ship cards in a line equal to the number of players plus 1. Deal a random pirate to each ship. Pirates have different colors and are immune to tentacle attacks of the same color except for greys who have no immunity. They each also have a strength rating, which is what you'll need to beat to take the ship's loot. The sword-wielding pirates will actually make you discard a random tentacle before attacking and then face a different pirate. Shuffle the treasure tokens, then stack 3 on each pirate ship and turn up only the 1 on top of each stack. Treasures that are gold coins are just worth whatever their number value is at the end of the game, but the totems, maps, and diamonds are worth an escalating amount of points depending on how many you have of each one. For example, 1 map is 1 point, 2 maps are 3 points, 3 maps are 6 points, and so on. Give each player 2 Kraken cards of a chosen color, and then deal them each 4 face-down tentacle cards. Tentacles come in different colors with different strengths, and pirates are immune to tentacles of the same color as them. There's also a special tentacle that rolls its strength randomly in each battle. More notably, tentacle cards also have Kraken tricks. These can be used and discarded instead of attaching them to a Kraken, and they grant special effects like switching pirates, Krakens, or treasure tokens between ships. Some can only be used at any time during a battle to modify a Kraken's strength or cut off opponents' tentacles. The last thing you do before setup is randomly determine who gets the Kraken piece. This determines the start player, but more importantly, the Kraken for the round will decide how all ties are decided in battle and even decides the winner if there's a tie for points at the end of the game. But there are consequences to deciding draws. Starting with the Kraken, begin the game and take turns in clockwise order. On their turn, each player can take 1 action and have several options for that action. First, you can send in one of your Kraken cards to fight. Take a tentacle card from hand, place it under one of your 2 Kraken cards, and place it next to a pirate. Tentacles must be placed underneath the Kraken so that only the color is visible at first, not the strength number. Each pirate can have multiple Krakens attacking him, but only 1 from each player. Alternatively, for your action, you can improve a Kraken that's already in battle by sliding another tentacle under it. You can also discard a tentacle card and use its Kraken trick instead. If you have no action you can perform, or you don't want to perform any more actions, you can pass, which takes you out of the round until the sea battle phase. Speaking of that, sea battles occur when all players have finished their actions. The Kraken chooses which ship to start with, and the players go through each battle one by one. If there is more than 1 Kraken at a single ship, they need to fight each other first. All involved Krakens reveal the strength of their attached tentacles. Whoever has the greater total strength is the winner, and combatants can add to their total with Kraken trick cards if possible. The Kraken decides draws. Whichever Kraken comes out on top will then have to battle the pirate, again by comparing total strength scores. However, all pirates except greys ignore tentacles of the same color they are. If you win, the pirate is discarded and you claim the top treasure token. When every battle has been resolved, Kraken cards go back to the players and used tentacles are discarded. Flip up a new treasure token on each stack. If a ship no longer has any treasure tokens, it's discarded from the game. Otherwise, draw and place new pirates where needed. Every player draws new tentacle cards until they get back up to 4, and the Kraken piece passes to the next player. Finally, before a new round begins, an event called Release the Kraken occurs. If a player in the previous round came out on the losing end of a draw, thanks to the previous Kraken's ruling, the aggrieved player can take one card from their hand and exchange it with a random card from the previous Kraken's hand. They can do this for every draw that they lost. The game continues like this until 1 or 0 ships are remaining at the end of a round. Instead of prepping a new round, players stop and add up the points from all the treasure they've won throughout the game. Whoever has the most points is the winner, with ties still being broken by the final player to hold the Kraken piece. That is Kraken Ataken. Kraken Ataken is that classic type of competitive card game. I'm kind of struggling to figure out what the word for it is specifically, but I've played something similar to it before, where you've got sort of objects of battle out on the table, and you need to directly compete against each other, but there's some hidden information at first, like you're not quite sure what tentacle cards they've put down at first, so you've got to try to you want to be stronger than the pirate that's there, but if another Kraken comes after you, you need to make sure you're stronger than them as well, and that's not open information at first. So there's this back and forth, and while there are games that are similar to this, I think that Kraken Ataken, first off, has a very unique theme, where you actually are the Kraken that's attacking. But you've also got the back and forth where you have to fight each other, you have to fight the pirates, you're going after these random treasure pieces, you have Kraken tricks that you can use, and there's just so many other little things going on. But despite that there is a lot more going on than just what other simple card games might have played, it's not hard to teach, it's not long to teach, it's not long to play. It goes very quickly. The fact that you've got that whole first setup where you're just like, not really setup, but you're deciding what card, the tentacles to put, Kraken to go where, what tentacles to put under that Kraken, what to hold back and save, what special powers to use, going that play, pass, play, pass and drop out. Some players drop out. That moves very, very quickly, and there's sort of this playing chicken thing where it's like, who's going to be the first to play a Kraken trick and really change things up? You've only got the 4 cards to play, so you have to be very careful about how you do that. You can't really stretch yourself too thin, but there are going to be a number of ships out there, and one more than a number of players, so it is possible you can make a play for 2 ships. There's this interesting back and forth and rushing to get to something and hoping that the other players don't outmaneuver you. So while as simple as it can be, there's more there than you would first suspect. And of course, there's the whole aspect of the Kraken, which I have trouble saying. Because it's not just, hey, I'm the start player for the round. It's, I have the power to decide draws. And because the numbers that you're working with here in Kraken and Pirate battles are not that terribly high, and there's not a huge variance in the numbers that can be added to a fight, draws are going to come up way more than you would initially suspect, which means whoever is the Kraken has a tremendous amount of power, and you can decide, whoever happens to be the Kraken at the end of the game can decide the winner of the game from treasure points if it comes down to that. That's a lot less likely than draws during just normal battles, but it could happen. And the fact, but during the course of the game, when there are likely to be several draws, you have that Release the Kraken event, which is compensation and a penalty. So yes, you can decide in someone's favor against another player, and you would probably do that if you have a strong feeling, or you know for sure that someone is ahead of another player, you'll decide to draw in that fashion. But that player who you ruled against will get to randomly take a card from you and give you one of their probably crap cards as well. So it's just interesting that they added this thing that's just a start player tiebreaker, but that kind of flourishes out into something much more interesting for the game as a whole. So if any of this appeals to you, if you like the unique theme, if you like the gameplay, if you think that it's simple enough for casual gamers in your life, but also complex enough for strategic gamers in your life, don't take my word for any of this. Go to the official Kickstarter project page and find out more information for yourself. You can do so by following the link in the top corner of your screen, as well as down in the description section underneath this video. That is Kraken Ataken from Titan Forge Games. Thank you so much for watching, as always, and for supporting our sponsors. Take care.